Thank you so much, guys and gals, for putting up with all this. I could continue to speak about your complete awesomeness, but that'd be redundant. Just, we all know how awesome you guys are. Alright, let's get ready for Chapter 5, Hidden Giants. The three of them, Pinkie, Fluttershy, and X, went back into the huge range of the library, closing the door behind them. Twilight, giving a heavy groan, was still rather confused with what was happening. She turned over to that desk, where the research was, in hopes for some enlightenment. Intrigued by the deep blue book with golden edges, and a mysterious symbol like a red sun, but only 4 rays like triangles, a circle that wasn't completely filled, and yet a smaller circle within, but having a purplish tint. Twilight started to turn the page, but remembered what was said. She turned her head to look over the documents first. Alright, let's see what this big deal is, Twilight thought to herself and began to read. During the age of the sign, there is little to no knowledge of this era. However, what is known that the pashas came from another world. It is possible that others still live in that home world, but this is unconfirmed. Twilight tilted her head in puzzlement and kept reading until she gained more information with the mention of the next age. Upon the age of consciousness, it is believed that it was a calamity of chaos, and the mad scientists caused a piece of their home to plunge with the current one. Within the vast ruins of another race, possibly a lost race, tools of incredible power were discovered, and the pashas tried to mimic that race. It was much later that it was discovered that the pashas were entrapping themselves by their own tools. One pasha by the name Twilight! Applejack practically screamed in her ear. Giving a bit of a jump, Twilight turned to Applejack. What's going on? It seemed like you were stuck reading that for hours. And what's worse, they haven't even returned yet. I reckon that we go look for them. Don't worry so much, Twilight gave a reassuring smile. This place may be large, or at least one of them knows where they are. I just wish we noticed that map earlier. Well, alright, I just have this uneasy feeling. If you notice anything strange, don't be afraid of waking us up, because I'm going to hit the straw. No problem at all. I'll stay up until they come back. Sleep well. Applejack gave a heavy yawn as she turned around and headed back. Twilight also turned back around. Now, where was I? Blah, blah, blah. Ah, here we are. Twilight once again started to read to herself. Discovered a Senate entry deep within the crust of the land. Twilight reread that absurd line, making sure she wasn't seeing anything. The radiation released outward saw one worthy to bestow its knowledge, but through several chemical reactions, this resulted in the chosen pasha splitting into 2 different beings. One of which is now known as iridescence. He uses his wisdom to guide the pasha. However, the other one became saturated evil, Nukana. That name alone sent shivers down her spine and made her mane stand up as if by knowing the name of this being covered one's essence of raw impure feelings that would make any opponent crawl under their bed, or be driven into madness. But Twilight kept reading onwards, understanding a bit more why the pashas are taking it so seriously. Nukana, once again that feeling seemed to encase Twilight, was immediately imprisoned in the center of the world, for if its power is unleashed, the destruction of all will transpire. Twilight's eyes widened at the scale. Little is known about how this conscious energy works, but this energy seems to pinpoint key events and not anything like day-to-day. Though this could be wrong, as it not only favors certain individuals, but the tremendous consciousness may simply be too much for most. Needless to say, Twilight read onwards, but her radio twitch at a familiar voice in the distance. I don't know what you did or how you did it, but you must have cheated or something. Rainbow Dash's angry roar was muffled in the distance. Let's not shout, Fluttershy whispered. I'm sure some ponies sleeping. We don't want to disturb them. But that was such a wacky adventure. First the other beings were like girling, cupcakes. Pinkie ran excitedly. And the whole other thing, which I had no idea, Pinkie Pie had trouble with that. But it was so awesome that X began to court me, and I appreciate what he did, but that's besides the point, Rainbow Dash pointed out angrily. Tell you what, once you're able to vibrate through solid materials with no magic or great force, atom by atom, then we'll continue that. Until I see something like that, I am unconvinced. I just hope that your little side trip to that isle, those spawns of just horrible things. X opened up the door and bowed slightly. Then the 3 of them hid and further whispered, I do apologize for the disorder that has been brought before you. I do not know where the mix-up occurred, but I'll let them know to send a bit more details in the future. Yeah, whatever. Rainbow Dash gave a bit of a huff as she headed in. Oh, don't mind her, Pinkie whispered enthusiastically as she bounced on in. She's just really competitive and has a lot of pride. X, Fluttershy gently spoke. Thank you for taking me to that amazing garden. I have never seen such wonderful animals before, and I would love to come by again when all this is over. X gave a modest smile. It was nothing. Maybe they were already in Equestria. They have colonies far away. Fluttershy headed in and closed the door. However, Twilight was too busy to really acknowledge all this, and she kept reading, now hours in, with her magical horn providing a little light. By the 3rd moon with a glow of fire, the great evil will be unleashed. The bonds between the foretold heroes will be tested to the extreme, but will not be enough to once again be imprisoned. Twilight read on. If one of the heroes does not accept the aid of their own shadow, thus begins the void. Twilight sat for a few moments in silence, trying to piece together everything little by little, and absorbing as much information as she possibly can. She shuffled her full holes over to the book, flipping through a page briefly, viewing each one. Everything in the book told of other beings strong and meek, colossal and petite, oohs and paws. It wasn't just a fact, but how detailed they described each one, and so many, along with how different what was stated for many creatures than what was normally spoken of. I don't think even Star Swirl, Celestia, and Luna combined come close to how many he interacted with, Twilight told herself. But maybe he is making all this up. There is that truth spell that I could give a shot at. I'm not sure that would be right for me to do, but I ran that chance that he spoke falsely. Twilight shut the book and suddenly moved her way to the door, opened it, went through, and closed it. Not thinking twice about what she was about to do, she hastily made her way where X was staying. She cracked open the door ajar, but no further, witnessing what she saw with her eyes wide open. A small, slightly pale being with his eyes with slits, a very thin mane of a dirty yellow, but the tail itself was like a salamander, and the hooves similar to that of a goat, and the ears stood upwards in the grommets with a beak like it was crossed with a robin and turtle. Truly, nothing like that lives in Equestria. Was this X's true form or something else? Twilight remained silent in both uncertainty and caution, listening to X speak into a snowy filled box. Ah, dear, X continued to speak without seeming to know that Twilight was there. Seems that arm of yours is healing very well. Regardless, I have located these pashas and earned their trust. Furthermore, I've located some of the mainlanders, and it seems that there's nothing to really worry about. But there is a concern with the time, and such due to the interfering, I presume. As soon as the gas is repaired, I expect you to hold up your end of the bargain and make me part of that world, even if I have to be as I am. Yes, as promised, I will do so, before it's emitted from that box. As long as those who monitor the cosmos stay out of this, they'll ruin both of our plans. Indeed, though I wish I wasn't in this form, anything with hooves gives me the creeps, and being around them all the time, and this awkward walking is really starting to get to me. I'll run out. X shuts down that place. Twilight started to back away, but gave a gulp and knocked on the door. Come in, Twilight, X said calmly. How did you know it was me? Twilight questioned. You're the one of the too plausible to come by and ask. Plus, knowing you would seem to be up at this hour given the circumstance, I deduced that you would be the one. X gave a quick and direct answer. I see that you aren't that afraid of my image, as strange as it may be. But why should you be scared of something that you don't know? Twilight pondered that for a moment, quickly gave a shake of her head. It is clear, X, that you are neither pasha or equestrian, but you are here to help. Well, I have to know, are you really who you claim to be? If it's going to be a... X gave a wave of his right forehoof and gave a slight bow of his head. Instead of me answering yes or no, how about I show you instead? The entire island quaked just a little. What was that? Twilight jumped. That was just down low in the protective shielding, which I said I would do. Regardless, follow me. Something of this magnitude cannot be displayed in these mere walls. X gave a blank stare and headed on his way. Twilight, now only just a little skeptical, followed. Okay, fine, but what are you? X was slightly hesitant to answer. If that helps you to trust me, I don't fully know why I am. That is something I lost before all this happened. I presume I am some sort of specter, currently. That's rather hard to believe, Twilight commented, while they all went upwards on that disc. I really don't believe such things. Really now, I've stopped believing in gravity for a while now, and yet something still keeps me down. X tried to make a light joke. I have studied quite closely, so I can understand that point of view. On the bright side, at least, I can see the stars once more. It's been a while since I just looked at them and took in their natural beauty. When one is constantly looking for something, we often lose track on just how things simply are. When was the last time you just looked at the stars? X questioned. I studied the stars and Ian saw the last meteor shower. But just looking at them? I don't recall just actually looking at them in a long time. Twilight replied, looking over to the side, suddenly realizing this just now. The disc clicked into place, and the two of them moved onward to the edge of the floating island. Alright, X, Twilight gave a bold gaze. We have gone as far as we can. I have seen a lot of creatures, so don't think you'll fool me. I don't plan to, nor do I want to. X closed his eyes quickly. Everything got completely dark. Nothing is happening, but a whole lot of nothing, Twilight blinked unconvinced. With what once clear starry skies, now darkened once more, and lightning bounced from place to place. A large sphere like the moon blazed upon the two of them from what seemed out of nowhere. Twilight gave a huge jump back and looked upwards, now seeing what blocked out everything. That huge sphere was only the mere pupil to this massive creature, that canine with black fur and black eyes, as electricity recoils from its hairs. The scare of this gigantic organism was beyond mind-boggling, being well over the entire size of Equestria. X, I believe you now, but what is that? Twilight shouted out, petrified from the sight of this thing. And so ends Chapter 5. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. The next 5 chapters will be up eventually. Don't know when, but eventually. Okay, take care now. Bye-bye. Okay. What, you want me to do that song? Oh. Come on, why can't I learn song? Well. Stay tuned for the next 5 chapters, and hopefully things will get a lot better. Spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chapter 6's main focus will be on the antagonist of the story. However, once Chapter 7 hits once more, they'll be right back to Twilight. Until then, I have work to do. Gotta get busy writing. So, that's all for now. Doodles!